Lights, camera, action. Let's start the show. Here's a little bit of wedding advice for me to help your story unfold. Welcome back to your wedding series. Hi, everybody. We are here live on YouTube. Welcome to everyone who is also going to be watching the replay later. So exciting. All right, I'm just doing a little bit of sound check right now. I wanted to tell everybody who watches my live streams, feel free to actually chat along with me in the chat. Don't be afraid to chat along with me here. You may have questions that I can answer while we're here in the live chat. Also, if you would like to come on to the podcast, you can do so. I will tell you guys how to do it at the end of each of the streams. So make sure that if that's something that you'd like to do, that you make it known. Make it known. This is your wedding series, and it's all about planning your wedding from the beginning and telling your love story through all these wedding events that we're going to be talking about here. So I know this is not your typical wedding planning. This is definitely a bit different. So there's a little bit of spice thrown into it, and I know that it's not like your norm. What makes us so different? Well, over here, we are planning your wedding starting at age 14. So 14-year-old you is where we start planning and preparing for the wedding and for marriage. A lot of people start planning their wedding as soon as they get engaged, and then they don't know where any of the money is going to come from in order to pay for that wedding. So we're doing something a little bit different, so that you could be more prepared when it's time for you to get married, okay, and have a wedding and all the good things. So we fast forward from age 14, where we did a lot of preparation and everything in season 1, and we're now in season 2. You've already been proposed to, and that's going to be a different age for everybody. Not everybody gets proposed to at the same age, okay? And so it's been different. Make sure that you're checking the titles to see what exactly are we talking about in each episode, because every episode is unique and different to its own, okay? Now, you guys may see my eyes dart around a little bit because I do check my notes and all that good stuff. But let's get into this amazing episode today. Today's topic, we are in season 2, episode 2, and we are talking about 8 missed organization items that people don't remember to do at the start of planning their wedding. So we've already talked about the wedding budget. We've already checked that off. We've already talked to our parents, our family, to see who's going to help in paying for what, right? But today is going to be a little different. Today we're going to be talking about organization, and it's the fun organization, you guys. This is like the fun stuff. So don't think it's boring. Don't turn off. Know that these are things that are going to help you along the way in keeping yourself organized for the entire wedding planning process. No matter if you're getting married in a month and you only have a month to plan, or if you're getting married in a year or 2 years and you have so much more time to plan, okay? Now, guys, check it out. I'm wearing my cute little pin today. It says Team Bride. So, a little bit of festive going on here with the curls. Aww, so fun. I love all this stuff. As you guys know, I was also a beautiful bride. I've been married for 6 years. And so that's why it's been so exciting to share a lot of my wisdom and knowledge about weddings to you guys here on the platform. I also get a chance to witness a lot of weddings as a content creator. And for those who don't know what that is, it's someone who may look like a photographer and videographer to the naked eye, but we are not. we have our cell phone lens, and that way your guests can put away theirs, okay? And they can be hands free. So we have our cell phone lens. It's on a tiny little tripod, like a little handheld one. And we just get all that behind the scenes footage. That's what I do. I get all that behind the scenes footage and give you everything 2 days so you can go post it on your social media. Go have fun, share it with family and friends, all the goodness, right? All the goodness. But let's stay focused in today's topic. We are going to be talking about these 8 items that are going to help you to stay organized during your wedding season. Now, like I said, they're usually missed because most people are like, they're so excited. They're already running to the venue after they do the budget talk, and they really haven't prepared a whole lot. And so that's why we're going through some of these things that are going to help you. It's actually part of my favorite, like my favorite things, because I love to stay organized. I'm a super, 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 super organized person. Everything has a place, and it's a lot easier when I like write things down or I can see them visually. So hopefully if you're watching this video, you're that type of person as well. And if not, you're the type of person that wishes that you were, and you want to be that for your wedding day or for your wedding season. So let's talk about what we are creating for our organization today. So the first thing that you're going to create is an email address. I know, sounds like self-explanatory, but most people don't do this. Most people don't create an email address. And like I said, it's because they get to running right after they do the budget talk, even if they had the budget talk. Some people don't even do that. And they get all excited into venue shopping. Well, you don't want to go venue shopping without your email address, right? Because you don't want to give them your work address or your personal address, email address, and then all that stuff is like flooding into there. So you want to get together and get yourself a cute little email address that really like it's all about you two, okay? So come up with something fun, something different, something unique, something that you're going to remember. Something you're going to remember. And if you don't remember it, go ahead and put your address down in one of these other things that we're going to be talking about. Okay, I'll tell you where we're going to put it because you're going to bring it with you to all of your meetings with vendors and when you go to the venues. Okay, so the next thing that you're going to create is a logo. So a logo is going to include usually your first initial and the groom to be's first initial. So the bride to first initial and the groom to be's first initial of their names. Okay. Usually that's what people put as their logo while they're still in the like, engagement fiance era. They will use their little like logos, and then you usually will put first initials. So it would be like someone who has the name Patricia, we'd say P, and then someone who has the name Timothy, we'd say T, right? So you put P plus T. Now you can go play around with fonts, and you can use different programs to do this, but go play around with fonts. Maybe you want the letters to be kind of like offset. Maybe you want them to just be side by side with the plus in the middle. You don't have to put a plus. You could put a line through, like a slash or a line down the middle. And basically, you're just creating something that every time that you are sending out invites or talking about something, wedding related, this is going to be y'all's like letters, right? So you can put them on different stationery as well in your notebook, all kind of places you can like add this to. Okay. So make sure that you get yourself a little cute little logo, and it's fun too because then it's like as you're doing things and creating different stuff for the wedding, it's fun to see like your logo on different things. So create a logo. The next one is a monogram. Now you don't have to sit down and do the monogram right now, but I do suggest that you do the monogram before you guys get married. And the reason why I say that, like before the wedding, is because your monogram, your family crest, if you don't already have a family crest. I know we didn't have one in our like direct line right now. I have it for my ancestry line, but now that my name is changing, I wouldn't be able to use that anymore anyways, right? So now that you have the name change, ladies, you'd be using more of like if his family had a family crest. And if they don't have one, then that's when you guys can create a monogram together. What's fun about the monogram is that like you could put it on napkins, stationery, like we said about the logo. You could put it on napkins at the wedding. So let's say that Patricia and Tim, we're just using some, pretend names right now. Patricia and Tim, let's say that their last names were Tomatoes. Okay, Patricia and Tim Tomatoes. So what are we going to call them for our monogram? The Tomatoes. Oh my gosh. And so you get to create like different fonts, find something fun as the crest itself and, start playing around with all that good stuff. It's so much fun creating this stuff, you guys. So you're going to sit down, you're going to do that. And like I said, you can use it on different things. You can put it on your passport. You can put it on, oh my gosh, we have ours on our cooking board. So my mother-in-law gifted us that for our very first anniversary. No, our second anniversary. She gifted us with that. It's either our first or second. I can't remember, but you've been married for 6 years. There's all kinds of things. But she put our logo on there and it looks so amazing. Like this is our cooking board, our cutting board, the cutting board. And so, I love it. I literally love it. I literally love it. So, yeah, so try to create a monogram. Also, what's fun about the monogram and the logo, speaking of stationery and stuff, this is when you can also put it on your bridesmaids proposal invites. And that's what's going to be like the next invitations that you're going to be creating. You've already created your engagement invitations and you probably didn't get to have your logo or monogram on those because everything happens so quickly. But if you did, and kudos to you, you are on top of it. You got this. So yeah, okay. So what's next? What's next? Oh my gosh, the hashtag. All right. Have fun with the hashtag, you guys. I saw this really nice one. It said Journey to the Johnsons. So that's really cute. His last name is Johnson. And so they put Journey to the Johnsons. My good pal, she's in New York and she did Ryan Says I Duva. So she's a girl, but her name is Ryan. I call her Rye, like about Rye, because to me that's a boy's name. But anyways, yeah. So she did hashtag Ryan Says I Duva, which is really really cute. So you could take like their last name and just play around with all the names, right? Just play around with all the names. So you could put like Journey 2 or something like says something like that. So ours is really cute. One day I'll get to share with you guys what ours is. And so yeah, so it's just fun stuff. It's just fun stuff going on in this episode of creation. And these things are so easy. You can literally sit down in the day and do your email address, your hashtag, your logo, your monogram. It doesn't take very long to do these. If anybody out there is having trouble with making theirs, just reach out to me. You could either put it in the comments, you can send me an email, and I will help you. Like I'm your planner. I'm your digital planner over here. So I will help you to make it because I've already done it and it was a lot of fun. All right. The next thing is your PO box. Now, you don't have to make a PO box if you don't want to. But hear me out. Hear me out. Having a PO box is it's safe. Okay? It's safe. Meaning that maybe you don't want every single person to have your address. Not saying anything, bad about anyone that's coming to your wedding. Not saying anything bad about that. I'm just saying we got to be careful. So, you might want to create a PO box. All right? So think about creating a PO box. Also, if you are a high profile person, if you are an influencer, if you're online, people might want to send you gifts. Just saying, they might want to. Um, a lot of times I will see a lot of creators on like YouTube, for example, and they're being gifted a lot of things. And so, instead of things just coming to your personal home where people know where you live, I suggest getting a PO box. Okay. So when those registry gifts start coming in, they will go there and not to your home. You guys get it. You guys get it. All right. The next thing is, oh my gosh. Okay. You want to create a mood board, a mock up board. Okay. Now, this could be digitally or this could be like an actual board. Okay. Make it big enough to where you can add all kinds of things to it. So let's talk about some of the things you're going to be adding to your mock-up and mood board. Okay, so it's like a little bit of both. Let's call it a mock-up mood board. That's what we're going to call ours. Okay, a mock-up mood board. Now, like I said, it doesn't have to be digital. You can just actually get a board, like a poster board, cardboard, whatever, but it needs to be somewhere where you're going to actually use it. If it's digital, I feel like people don't always like go and open up the computer and then go into like all their wedding stuff, on a daily basis and see where they're at. So if I were you, I would just do an actual like board, okay? Like I said, I'm more a visual person. If you need some help with this, let me know. But you're going to be collecting um themes and styles and looks of what you want for each step of your wedding, each and every single step. Okay. So the mood board, like I said, needs to be pretty big and it's going to change. And if you have a printer at home, for those of us that are doing it on the big board, if you have a printer at home, print the stuff out, print it out and just put it on there. Just print it out and put it on so you can see it, right? Now, like I said, if you're doing digitally, then you're doing digitally. That's your prerogative. That's your prerogative. But so you're gonna start with a lot of things. You're gonna be doing like the wedding theme style, like the style of the wedding. So depending on what that style might be, maybe you're having a barn wedding. So then you want to have a barn on there. You want to have like the type of what's the atmosphere like when you get in there? What's the decor like in there? Your whole wedding style, you want to have some like vision. Okay. You can even call this a vision board. If you want to call it a vision board, you can call it a vision board. Okay. So I like calling it the mock-up mood board instead of a vision board because I'm different. All right. So you want to put your wedding style on there. Then you want to look at the gown style. Like, what's your gown style? What have you decided? Or what are some ideas that you're playing around with? Even if you haven't decided, like, what some things do you think you would want your gown to look like? Okay. Like beads and pearls and, lace and all these things, right? So get all that stuff on to your mood board, your mock-up mood board. Bridesmaids, dresses and the proposal boxes, literally everything, you guys, literally everything. You want to sit down and this is like, so you're just creating the board right now. Don't think that you have to go on this day and put all this stuff on there. That's not what we're saying. We're not saying go and like put all these things on there because this is going to be along the way, right? This is going to be along the way. You're going to be adding things. So one of the first things that's going to get on there is going to probably be that wedding theme style, as well as like what the venue looks like. Get a picture of the venue. That's good inspiration for you. Get a picture of the venue. I forgot to